value of all properties, mansions worth £2 million or more. Together, those measures will raise £17 billion. That's why this is a tax cut you can believe in, because we will give that £17 billion back to people who need a break.
Well, that was Nick Clegg from a little earlier. Don't forget, you can always get the election news and all of the analysis, including the latest opinion polls, and a look at where the parties stand on all of the major issues. That's on the BBC News special election website. You just go to bbc.co.uk/election. Well, John Sopel is here with 1 o'clock news in a moment or two, after weather with Alex Deakin.
Hello there. Most of us had lots of sunshine over the course of the weekend. Still some good spells of sunshine around today, and the vast majority are dry, but there's one or two subtle differences. There's a bit more cloud spilling in across northern Scotland, certainly, and this lump of cloud is proving rather stubborn across more central parts of England and Wales. So some here staying rather grey, but that cloud is getting nibbled away a little bit through the rest of the afternoon, so even in more central areas should get a little bit of sunshine. Just one or two scattered showers developing across eastern England. The cloud thickening in northern Scotland may also provide one or two spots of rain. Certainly a cooler day across the Highlands, but still pretty warm across central and southern Scotland. Some places here may reach 21 Celsius. Cooler further south with, as I say, that stubborn cloud across parts of northeast England and the Midlands, and one or two scattered light showers developing across eastern and southern England. They'll move through on a fairly brisk breeze, and that breeze does make it feel a little chilly. Temperatures across the south generally 13 or 14 Celsius, but as I said, feeling a bit colder than that because of the breeze. Sunny spells across most of south-west England, much of West Wales as well, but the central and eastern parts of Wales, some places here may stay predominantly gloomy. Lots of sunshine, though, in Northern Ireland, 19 in Enniskillen. Again, some places here may reach 20 Celsius or more. Through this evening and overnight, we will see a change across the north. That thicker cloud pushing its way southwards, covering most of Scotland and Northern Ireland by morning. We'll keep some cloud across the south as well. But where we have the clear skies, parts of Northern England, parts of Wales, temperatures really falling away. There could be a touch of ground frost, but it will be a milder night across Scotland and Northern Ireland because of this rather weak weather front. It continues to dribble south on Tuesday, but high pressure is well and truly in control of our weather through this week. So that means largely dry conditions. That weather front will bring more clouds, certainly to southern Scotland and northeast England tomorrow. After perhaps a grey start, it brightens up quite nicely in the south. Some good spells of sunshine here, and temperatures again responding where we get the sunshine, 15 or 16 degrees, but noticeably cooler where we have the cloudier conditions across southern Scotland and northern England. But still, these temperatures are a little bit above average for the time of year. Now, the dry weather will persist through Wednesday and indeed beyond. Fairly cloudy at times on Wednesday, but with some sunshine again. Temperatures should be into the teens. Goodbye.
Labour launches its election manifesto, calling it a future fair for all. Gordon Brown unveils what he says are bold but realistic plans, including no increase for income tax rates and new rights for patients and parents in England.
It's the most important vote in a generation. Get the big decisions right now. Make the right choices now.
But already Labour's manifesto is under attack. The Conservatives say there are no new ideas. The Lib Dems say it's full of broken promises.
And we'll be out on the campaign trail with the party leaders in a few moments. In other news, the Real IRA say they carried out a car bombing in Northern Ireland just minutes after policing and justice powers were handed over to Stormont. Senior NHS managers in England were given average pay rises double those given to nurses last year.
Hey, Houston, we've had a problem here. This is Houston. Say again, please. Houston, we've had a problem.
40 years after that narrow escape in space, we speak to the astronaut who uttered those famous words.
And coming up later in sport, Lee Westwood believes he's close to winning a first major despite missing out at the Masters. Phil Mickelson finished 3 shots clear of the Englishman.
Good afternoon and welcome to the BBC News at 1. The Labour Party has launched its 2010 election manifesto. In it, they promise to rebuild the economy, renew society and restore faith in politics. But Labour admits it will have to spend every penny wisely. The manifesto promises there will be no increase in income tax rates. It says there will be a crackdown on failing public services, including underperforming schools in England and police forces in England and Wales. And it says there will be no big spending commitments, with the effort on securing the recovery. The Conservatives say we've heard it all before, and the Liberal Democrats have accused Labour of breaking previous manifesto promises. Our political correspondent Gary O'Donoghue has been picking through the details.
Into battle for Gordon Brown ahead of Labour's manifesto launch in Birmingham this morning. Safety first seemed to be the message, with a promise of no big spending commitments. Bold and realistic is how the Cabinet have been portraying it, though measures such as high-speed rail and introducing toddler tax credits will cost money.
Get the big decisions right now, make the right choices now, and we not only renew our economy, but we renew our society and renew our politics too. And in building the future, Labour will be restless and relentless reformers. Reformers of the market and reformers of the state.
So what is Labour promising? On tax, there'll be no change in income tax rates, a promise they made in 2005 and broke by imposing a 50p upper rate, which has just come into force. There's no guarantee that VAT won't rise, but there is an assurance that it won't be extended to things like children's clothing and books.
We've never actually made any pledge about the VAT rate, but I can give you an absolute assurance. We have not raised VAT since 1997. The only party that has raised VAT in the last 25 years is the Conservative Party.
On public services, Labour say that in England they'll allow more good schools to take over bad ones, encourage more hospitals to become foundation trusts, and get rid of underperforming police forces in England and Wales by merging them with neighbouring areas.
I don't believe in take-it-or-leave-it services. I want guaranteed standards for every citizen in every public service, with robust redress if they fail, and with the best taking over those that aren't making the grade. And the central insight of our reforms in this manifesto is that there should be no limit to what the best in the public sector can do.
On political reform, there'll be a referendum next autumn on changes to the voting system for Westminster, and a free vote in Parliament on lowering the voting age to 16. And to finish, a rousing call to the troops.
I'm confident in the team I lead and the promises and policies that we promote. At the heart of this manifesto is the great and common purpose of national renewal. If we are elected to